I wonder who the lucky people who are going in the water are today. It's us! Welcome back to the Pawed Crew. We're preparing to leave the Rio Dulce and go back out into the Caribbean. I found this book on the boat, Sailing the Farm, and it gave me some ideas for some creative provisioning. We're longing to spend some time in secluded places, now that we're wrapping up a long stint of boat work. I'm Danielle, and together with my husband Jairo and our 7 rescue dogs, we're traveling the world. We spent a lot longer in the boatyard than we'd hoped to, but we got a lot done. We treated our keel and repainted it. We sanded our entire hull and made a dramatic change in appearance in our boat, Isla. We changed out some through holes, slapped on some new anti-fouling, and finally got our engine back after a major overhaul. Our list of boat projects will probably never be done, but it's done enough for right now. We're longing to get back out into the crystal clear waters of the Caribbean, go run on some big long sandy beaches, and just have that feeling that when we wake up, if we want to go somewhere else, we just pull up the anchor and get underway for a new change of scenery. So I thought this was kind of a fun idea I wanted to share. I saw these little bottles at the kind of dollar store. We collected this little bit of sand from our first stop, and this is Bando Beach. Then we will display them here. And maybe a little bit of water, maybe from each of the Caribbean, Atlantic, Pacific, etc., depending on how far we get. We're as excited as we've ever been to get out and do some cruising. So step 1 of our creative tropical provisioning is to go out and harvest some fruit and nuts. And luckily here at Nana Juana, there are several marañón or cashew fruit trees right in the parking lot. So this is the marañón or the cashew fruit. And this is the cashew in here inside of this seed part. And then you can eat this fruit part, but it's like almost like a cranberry type sensation where it sort of like is very juicy, but it also sort of sucks all the moisture out of your mouth. Has sort of a dry, chalky feeling, but it's very tasty. They're actually encased in a very poisonous type oil, I believe. And so you have to roast these little nuts to get them out, and then you have cashews. Jairo was lucky enough to grow up in Costa Rica and have a cashew fruit tree in his yard. Yep, make it look easy. Real nice of you. Just kidding. Hay montones de amarillos ahí. If you're harvesting marañones and you're just looking for the seed, you can pick them up off the ground and just twist the seed off and leave the fruit behind. Whoa, good job. So fun being married to someone who knows all about this stuff. ¡Yay, va! ¡Woo! ¡Ops! Pobrecito. Oh, ¿cuántos quiere llevar, Luis? Llenar esto. That's a pretty one. Yeah. What's up, Papi? And this is what we brought home, if you can see that. So we try not to use plastic. So we're gonna put the fruit in this container that is aluminum. No, stainless steel. Put the seeds in this plastic bag because they are already like wrapped in like a poisonous shell we have to cook off anyway, so I don't think it's gonna go through that. Our plan is to squish and cook the fruit into a preserve. In order to roast cashews, you have to be really careful. Use a certain type of pan over a fire, so we'll save that for a future barbecue on a beach somewhere. In the tropics, you get a surplus of certain fruit during their season. Bananas, mangoes, and come to think of it, I wish I'd had this idea sooner. So you're gonna slice up your extra fruit. And lay it out in the sun to dry. I went out and flipped each piece of fruit a couple of times a day. This took a couple of days. So I started with these bananas here that you see. Those I started with yesterday. And now these are added today, the less brown. This is dried pineapple. My dried bananas. Those make an amazing snack. Put a couple of those different things and some goji berries and some nuts and took them to the beach yesterday and it was so good. I had mango, banana, what else? I found that they lasted a couple of weeks. If you want them to last longer, I think you probably have to put them in oil, honey, or use an actual dehydration machine to get them nice and dry. Another idea from the Sailing the Farm book that I really liked that I need to perfect because I couldn't get it quite right, sprouting things like beans and lentils to make a very healthy, vitamin-packed microgreen type salad. So hot here. I'm just like, look like I just got out of the shower. So I decided I'm definitely going to put some Rio Dulce in this little bottle. And this is going to be our first one because this is where we started. This is where we bought our boat. So we definitely need a little bit of Rio Dulce in here. You guys want to come with me? Let's go get some water.
their dock lines like, come on, let's go, guys. We're in the water now. Let's go. I'm ready.